What's going on, guys? Kaiger here. Today's video is going to be pretty wild. We have Holy Echo 10. We have a huge issue happening over on the SEA servers, as well as everything going on this week in Neverland. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so as a precursor, we're going to go over this week's patch notes, which are buffs to Ninja. Then we'll talk about everything happening on Global, which I have to do it in that order because those patch notes affect the things happening. And then we're going to talk about the silly thing happening on SEA, and then the events happening over there, which also includes Holy and a new outfit. So, patch notes, just flat damage increase on all of Blazing Owl Perfect Blade's abilities, which is pretty wild. Which really doesn't, like, it matters, obviously. They're 7 to 10% damage increases, but that's not the biggest deal for me. My big deal is right here. It used to be plus 10% damage for plus 10% attack power for 10 seconds. Now it's 15% for 12 seconds. As well as last week they did an update that reduced the chi required to use the ability, so you can actually, before you had to do a full combo, all your abilities to go into your chi ability. Now you can only do 3 abilities, technically 5. 2 of them have to be the secondary versions, which means you have 1 skill left open to kind of be ready for that next rotation. And if you do it properly, you can set it up where you can have 100% uptime on the now 15% damage boost, as well as your abilities are always ready to go. So that's very, very powerful. Kagaguri got damage increases as well. Their hand seals last longer. And the other one that's going to be really important right here, Dragon right here, adjusted the boss's tenacity in a Dark Dragon event. Its tenacity was really high, people weren't able to crit. Now it should be fixed and people are able to. There was this issue with Milim where if she used her skill in Flower Garden, then she wouldn't be able to do any damage after that at all with her basic or anything. They also fixed 2 filtered words, GIT for like get good, and but, BUTT. Pretty funny. Now for the global events, we have the fire banner right here. I have a fire echo video as well as tier lists to tell you what to go for, but for most people it's going to be winter cherry. We also knew this was coming up. This is the second week of a 2-week event, and that's kind of like where things are semi-dying down. There are still events happening, but they're kind of like, we already know what's happening, nothing really exciting. It's really going to be next month where we'll have theoretically Flower Fairy Season 2, which will make a lot of differences, hopefully. We have the Mirror Balloon House. This is how I would do it, as well as I would make sure to at least hit these milestones if you're going to do them at all, and or just save until you're able to. 16 being a full page of them, and you can redo it and do 2 full pages, and there's 32 under here. The fire dragon, the dark dragon, like I said, now you can go for better times. We have the pine weapon wheel, and we also have the rolling ball lottery. This is one that I really don't like. One, you do get a free roll, but you get 1 free roll during the entire event. With lottery, the other lottery, which right now we have the owl thing in, well, it just ended a little bit ago. You got to do a free roll every single day, as well as you get sort of a pity system. Here it does have a pity system with the orbs back here, but it also gave you stuff on your way to it. Over here, just like over here, like the first draw rewards, where you get crystals for doing things on the balloon house. Those are events that I use my crystals on. Ones like these I avoid. Now, for what's available here is the Fallen Angel costume that's only been around one other time, as well as the only male costume lavender set. Just showing you what's in there. There's also some home stuff for some stat boosts, and what if you don't want to use your seeds, you can also get a couple shards down here. For myself, tomorrow, once this happens, I'm going to spend $4 to get 20 shards so I can finish off one of my fairies, and I didn't want to spend 20 or 30 pulls to get it. That is it. Now for the Southeast Asia issue. So I have a write-up right here of what everything happened, as well as proof of it. So this has been happening on every new server, but been quickly fixed on every new server besides one. So new server 531 is made. They're instantly not a cross server 498 through 531. It's just those two servers specifically are linked. And it's not long enough to be like a year thing. Like this one's exactly a year away from it, so they're somehow linked that way. They didn't explain. We don't really know how they're linked, but every new server is linked with an older server, and they've been able to fix every single one besides this one. And as you see right here, the world level is 150. This player's level is 124 with a 500% boost, and it isn't 498-531. It's just 498 and 531. Now, as a write-up, in the new servers, 531 day 1 instantly merged with 498. 532 day 1 with 461. That's kind of like a random other one way in the past. Already fixed by devs 3 hours after the issue. 533 day 1 with old server, not sure which, fixed already. 534 no issues, but this is the newest server, so hopefully it's been fixed. The problem is 531 ticket raised to devs has no progress. All the other ones have been fixed. 531 is a dead server now because everyone left because of the mess up. Ooh, that's pretty funny. Now, as for we have 3 events really on C. They're still doing the monthly event over there, but we have 3 new events to talk about here. One is Miru Maze. These are the ones that you can get. This is one that I also don't really spend on. If you want to, you can do up to 5 times and get some summons. Pretty good value. It's to do a full board is 1440 crystals, which is cheaper than a 10x, which would be 1500. Or you can get it discount on the weekends for 1200. So for that extra 240 crystals, you get the rest of the board of items, which if you are already going to go for a 10x, this is worth it. They have a recharge event going on, which is worse than the global recharge event. And then a water selection. Now, we have Butterfly Orchid set over on SEA. It's in there. Obviously, we can't get it. As I said, when the last Flower Fairy season happened, I think Butterfly Orchid is going to be the Season 2 fairy, which is going to be really weird because this is going to be a holy fairy. Unless they are able to give us a 4-star holy fairy somehow, it's going to be really, really hard to get her stars up for the event. Now, that's also going to talk about Holy Flower level 10 is in the game over on the Southeast Asia side. I have two different screenshots. One is going to be the effect, and the other is going to be the stats. Just the stats real quick. The only change is 4% more protection rate, so a little bit more defensive, which is nice. And then up here, 4% more PvE damage, 200% more damage on the effect, and then lowering the enemy's damage by 1% more. So this 200% damage increase is wild. Now, a couple people are talking about, now that we have 10, 4, and 6 on the bench, how they can't really make an 11, right? And I don't think they need to make an 11. I think they can just, at least for a while, release 12, 13, 14 of them, and then we can kind of mix or match to get the level 10 that we want. The newer ones can still be good, and we can mix match depending on the game mode or play style to do what we think. Let me know what you guys think about Holy level 10, what you guys think about this cross server issue, and the buffs happening on Ninja. A lot of things to talk about this week. Till next time, guys.